have a quick question. It's me,
Okay,
Lydia.
Lydia. Yeah.
Why is it that recruiters seek you out and let you know about opportunities, but they never call back? They
Great
ask for
question.
you, they ask, they ask, they ask for to be represented. They ask you if they can represent you in different opportunities, but then you never hear from them.
Many reasons are there. Maybe you can hold the question. I think it's very interesting question. You put it to open the platform. So I would like to hear the question from others. There is a lot of genuine reason behind it, but let's hear it. I think many people will be uh, struggling with the scenes. So what we can do, I think let the people join. Maybe I think we can begin with this question. And once I hit the 100, we'll start the session. Anyone want to address this question? Because I want this session to be more interactive instead of just I'm giving the answer and all. Definitely I'll give the answers, and mostly I'm going to talk to the path, which preparation path, which is most of the people has requested.
Can you repeat her question? Maybe you didn't get it. What's
Yeah.
her question?
Lydia, can you
Yes,
repeat your question? Mhm.
sure. Yes. Thank you, Prashant, for giving me the floor. I've been approached by many recruiters, and they send me information that they would like to represent me in a job opportunities where my skill set is needed. And once I provide them with my details, such as the date of birth and month, and the last four digits of my social security, and whether I'm a United States citizen or not, after I present them with my resume and all my details, I never hear from them again.
Did anyone face the same challenge? I think definitely a lot of people would have faced same in India.
Yes, Prashant. Same here.
So a few reasons, Lydia, I can give it till the time people are joining in. One basic reason is definitely the very frank reason they would have selected some other participant, because I'm also conducting the interviews from last 3 years for the people. So usually what happen, despite we are asking them, can you provide the genuine feedback, am I through or not? What we hear, either we hear from them, the position went on hold. That's the most common thing which you heard it, right? But usually the position didn't go on the hold. Usually we hired the people. There is many reasons behind it. One reason is that maybe that candidate is more suitable in terms of interview rating compared to the one which we have. So what happen usually, whenever someone hire for an interview, or I do hire for an interview, what do we have a rating system, right? So maybe you pass that rating system, but in the rating system someone has topped it also, right? That's the one factor. Second factor is very big factor is the salary part also, right? The same candidate who has done the good interview, but he's demanding for a less salary, right? So the interviewers or the companies goes continue with that candidate, right? So usually what happen there is sometimes usually HR doesn't directly say, okay, no, we did not select it. They just keep avoiding. Despite we send multiple mails, then ultimately they says, okay, the position went on hold, which I heard from most of my mentees. That's the one reason. But yeah, others if they want to add in, yeah, feel free to add it if they face the same experience.
So, Prashant, if I
I
may
think,
add a point,
yeah, please.
one of the reason I see is you might be overqualified. For example, I have pretty good experience as a Scrum Master, Senior Scrum Master, Agile Coach. And if I go ahead and apply for Scrum Master roles, the recruiter will see that this candidate can be overqualified or the salary expectations can be high, right?
Yeah.
Either all these factors will come into picture, right? So we should also see whether we are overqualified or underqualified for a role. You know? That's what I want to add.
That's true. Very valid point, Sudhiran, right? Sometimes what happen if even if it is a position for let's say the Scrum Master having 7-8 years experience, the people who is either agile who is having a tremendous experience in the agile, they do apply for definitely they will qualify for those positions, right? But again, they underestimate. Ideally, it's a vice versa. They should not underestimate their. So based on the JD, they should know where they qualify more, right? So very valid reason. Okay, let's wait for 3 more minutes. I'm seeing continue people are joining. I am anticipating it will be 100 plus. Okay, but yeah, let's throw the question till that time.
Yeah, Prashant, I have one.
Or
Yeah,
yeah,
sorry.
please. Go ahead, Avinash.
Yeah, so I have one subsequent question what Lydia has asked. So there is another scenario where I've seen a lot of openings for Scrum Master role on LinkedIn, but practically when I check with that particular any person who's working in that company, right? They say when they check with HR, the hirings are on freeze. But how come there are a lot of openings that are appearing in Naukri or LinkedIn? This is also one of the question which is what do you torture me. I don't know why. What is the reason why they are posting it? But when it comes to reality, they say their hiring has been freeze.
That's true. That's true. I can answer based on my experience. I'm closely with the HR. So one reason is that Avinash is the company promotion is very important, right? Because the most of the companies either working on the client model, right? So when I say the client model, they need to show that we are having a huge strength in the company on the all the segment, not only the Scrum Master segment, development segment, testing segment also, right? So the promotion model for them is that they broadcast, okay, we are having a huge opportunity, we are hiring the people, we are having those position put in the organization, despite we are not having that much position, but the position went on the hold. So it attract the client, right? It's a misguiding. That's one factor over there. Second factor is that
Prashant, sorry
sometimes
to
what
disturb you. I mean, sorry to
yeah,
interrupt you.
yeah.
Actually, what we are saying, your voice got totally freeze. Can you repeat what you're?
Oh, is it?
I
Am
mean,
I
many
audible
of
now?
us did not hear what we are saying because there. Yes,
Now
better.
Okay,
it's
okay.
audible. Before it
Now
was totally freezed.
Okay, okay.
yes,
Sorry
now
about
it's
that.
audible, but last last
Yeah,
10 to 30 seconds is
let me answer this
not
question,
clear.
and for this question we can start it. And just maybe can someone work with me as a co-host? Just let me know how many people are waiting on the lobby, because while I'm speaking, I have to see the screen also. So maybe Avinash or someone just let me know if some people are waiting on the lobby, right?
Yes,
Still
yes.
see we are having around 75 plus. Yeah. So Avinash, to answer your question, there is a two factor behind it. One factor is that usually most of the company they work on the client model, right? They are behind the client, right? So what happen when that's their promotion model. So usually what happen once we say the show the strength of the employer, like I'm having n number of employees already in my pool and we are still hiring, right? So that attracts the client. So that's the one policy which HR does follow, is they do not drill down the position from the LinkedIn. So it show, okay, still we are hiring, which is showing the
Yeah.
wrong picture to the candidate. They are thinking that's one thing. Another aspect is there sometime what happen, mainly a lot of company they despite, take example, they hired a position today, they selected the candidate, right? But the window is 3 months, because if you see in the India, most of the people company is having a 3 month window or a 2 month window,
Okay.
notice period window, right? Despite they hire the candidate, they wait for a 3 month to do not drill down the position, because in the India what is happening, the candidate just revert back, right? Because they are getting a multiple offers over there, so they say no in the last minute, right? So that's a two major factor behind goes it, right? So they immediately do not pull out the position. That's why you see in a month or 2 month the position is still there.
Oh, okay.
So
Got it.
actually, I just want to understand whether my question is just a myth or reality. So is it true that in April, May, June, uh, the jobs are more relatively to the other years, or?
Financial year, it depend on the financial year. If you are working on the India company, you will get more a position post April. If you are working on the US company, or primarily they are finishing their financial year on the Feb, right? So post Feb you will get it. But depend on the financial, because each company are having their funding structure and closing period also, right? So they even you see the freeze also. December, usually November, December month, you will see less hiring, because that's a freeze period for, that's a holiday season for them, right? So they are hiring. So depend on the financial structure of the company.
So, but
Okay, I think
industry
we can
would
begin
have a
it.
certain trend, right? But the industry as
Yeah,
such,
please go
it
ahead.
would have a certain
Good.
trend.
Yeah, great. Well, great question. What we can do it, and don't worry, because this will be, I think, continuous series ongoing forward. So what we can begin it. Maybe what we can do initially just 4 or 5 minutes, and this session, guys, is instead of having the interview preparation, because we are very much very professional people are here. We know one session won't be covering the interview, right? But this session is more over the eye opener enabler question, the kind of question which is coming now, right? So what we are going to address here now, let's discuss the current ongoing trend and challenges, right? That's one aspect of this call. Another aspect is that how we as a community can help each other in terms of community or networking over there, right? That's the second aspect over there. And third aspect is that n number of people has requested me because we are having a mix of people who is, some people are doing already a Scrum Master role, some are just started, some are from IT, some are not from non-IT, right? So we'll know what's the preparation path, end-to-end preparation path, right? Because if we talk about a decade before, the Scrum was, or the R&R of a Scrum Master is very different compared to today's world. So what has been changed and what area we need to cover it, right? So I'll show you the complete roadmap where we need to prepare it and how to prepare it. So it will give you at least the starting point, right? That's one aspect of this call. So what I can do, I just let me throw some powerful questions, 5 or 6 questions. Feel free, anyone can answer it. And if people can come on the video, that would be good, right? Because some questions will be around on the face-to-face interaction over also. So let me throw one question, right? How many people we are having here who is having who is saying like I'm able to clear the first round of interview, but stuck on the second round on technical round? Okay. Do we have such audience over here? Feel free, guys. Feel this as a safe environment, right? It's because most of the people are either here are searching for a job or they are making themselves better, right? It's not like someone is sitting here and judging us. So feel free, create as a safe environment. They can open it, they can share their experience. So let me admit those two, right? So yeah, I see 4 or 5 people, right? Some people are struggling for the second round. Then okay, apart from clearing the interviews, what are the most common 2 challenges which you guys are facing it, right? Anyone can answer it during this current market standard or trend. Anyone can answer.
No,
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Raghavesh.
for me,
Mhm.
it was like they asked me how you do the estimation. So I explained them about the relative estimation work, whatever we do using the Fibonacci series or anything, and then I use Poker Planner. However, they are saying like it won't be a real-time scenario and it is not acceptable widely. So it was very recently happened, like just 2 to 3 weeks back, I attended an interview, and that's what has happened, Prashant. And I'm not sure like how they are trying to or what they are expecting actually in terms of uh, story point estimation.
Correct. I think in our group also someone is it I think someone has raised this concern also, right? Because they are asking you are doing the capacity planning also, you are doing the story point estimation also, or also, right?
Yeah,
And
it
it
was
is
me. It was me,
yeah,
Prashant,
Shweta, right?
Shweta here.
Yeah, Shweta was
Yeah,
right.
I had literally a lot of debate in that interview. He was not at all accepting. Like he was saying, why
Correct.
you are redoing this work every time?
Uh-huh.
I mean, I was
So
speechless then. Yeah.
that's true. Do you know why they ask this question? Why they try to put on that track? If anyone can answer it, right? Because no one is looking for a perfect answer, right? But someone is trying to track you between right and wrong, right? Because a lot of people in a lot of Scrum Master are here also estimating in terms of hours, which is wrong practices. Some are doing in terms of story point. Some are saying we need to do the capacity planning as well as we need to see the what is the velocity of the team, right? So that's the what is it? Deadlock question, right? Do you know why they ask this question? Anyone can answer it. What's the purpose behind it from the interviewer mindset, right? I'm not asking for the interview.
Okay.
maybe
So
the
this
candidate has really done it.
is usually asked, because they want to know whether I have really done the job and I have hands-on experience.
Perfect answer. Anyone else?
And I
We want
also
to know
I
whether
also
we are a proxy Scrum Master or a real Scrum Master.
Perfect. Great answer.
and
They
Anyone
want
else?
to they
Mhm.
want to get away from the project manager's mindset,
yes.
and you become act as a Scrum Master.
Can
That's
be.
most of the expectation. What I feel is like same what Veer has just explained. Like most of them have come from a hybrid or from the waterfall model, so they are still having a hard time to adapt to this agile mindset, and that's why they are like asking in that way. And moreover, they also feel that instead of we going with this relative estimation, it would be better if we go with the capacity planning way. And I feel that is one of the reason.
Can be correct. Anyone else? And I feel like they expect how you plan before you go for an estimation. Like how you interact with the tech architects and get the inputs about the from the technical perspective. How much effort is required from technical standpoints. Everything a Scrum Master um, has to be ready with all those points well ahead. So from that perspective, they are expecting rather than giving a traditional answer of relative estimation and planning poker. If we just explain them the step-by-step procedure of how we are taking forward the uh, story point estimation, they are a bit satisfied. Great answer, Kiran, right? So, I think Shweta, you heard the answer from four or five people, right? Primarily, what they seek whenever they ask some this question, which is not having a direct yes/no answer, right? If we have a yes or no answer, we can give it, right? So, usually they want to know first thing, what is your approach for this condition and how you apply this thing, right? Because what happens, I know we are having a mix of people. Let's be little bit truth, right? Some people are not really having a hands-on experience, but still they are applying for a Scrum Master role, right? So, and some people are, what is happening? Maybe they are acting as a Scrum Master, but they are following the wrong practices in the company, right? Because of a company culture, right? Because we need to adopt few, because we need to hear our company also, because they are ultimately paying us, right? So what happened? They need to know what is your approach and is your approach is correct, right? It's not like you need to be 100% agile, like okay, agile because Scrum Guide is saying ABC, I need to follow this thing. No, it's not like that, right? They want to hear your approach and really do you encountered a scenario in the past or not, right? So if someone asks this question, it's there is no direct yes or no answer, right? You say based on my experience, what I face, this is my approach, which I am doing it, and if you have any other things or approach, you can share it, right? Usually, sometimes what happens if really interviewer is from the Scrum background, right? They do share their experience, right? If someone random is taking the interview, that's a different also scenario altogether, which does happen, right? So ask their perspective also, right? And always someone asks the question scenario based, practical question, right? So mention this is my understanding and based on my experience, right? Once you use this term, this is a very powerful term, right? Based on my experience, it means you have already encountered the situation in the past, right? So then they will understand, okay, maybe he or she has applied this condition in the past, so maybe same condition she can occur if it is occurring in my organization, they can try to fit in, right? Instead of we are directly giving the answer, okay, the capacity planning will let us know how many people are available in the sprint, and I'm excluding the holidays in the velocity, I'm taking the average velocity, because that's a bookish answer, right? We know, even he knows it, right? So it's a approach question, right? Whenever someone asks, mention the approach. Does this make sense, Sweta, to you?
Yeah, I
Okay.
got it, Prashant.
Yes,
Okay,
Prashant.
let me
Yeah.
perfect. Let me put one more powerful questions. We have a n number of questions, but I want to have a most powerful questions over there so people can understand. Okay, how many people are still in a dilemma? Like if I just know the basic Scrum roles and responsibilities, doing the basic Scrum events, which people say as ceremony, but now it is called as event in the latest guide. I will survive the current market, right? And I no need to worry about the whatever the other engineering practices going on. Let's say the DevOps, other specs, or how the cycles work, engineering cycle, testing cycle work. If I just know my how to run the event, I will survive. How
Nope.
many are still having that mindset? And if the people who is not having the mindset, what would be the challenge?
Yeah.
Anyone can answer it.
For me,
So,
Prashant, like I'd
Yeah.
say like I'm opposite to what you said. Like I am also working on technical understanding as well. Though I have certified in Scrum, I'm also so interested about cloud and DevOps as well. So on that note, I am clubbing both together because without DevOps concept is like based on the agile practices and agile mindset. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it both go hand in hand. So on that note,
Got
yes, it is very mandatory that we need to know understand the DevOps concepts as well.
it. Okay. Anyone, Brinda, you raise your hand. Okay. See, that's a great perspective, I think, Raghuvesh. Guys, if you can come on the video, that would be good because I find very easy to interact with the Raghuvesh, Avinash, right? Because I can see Even I can say Vinod and Krishna, right? So come on the video. So that's the one perspective. Another perspective is that if you observe it, right, who is already practicing the Scrum, if I just talk very good Scrum theory, very good Agile theory to the team, mainly to the core team, right? They won't understand us and they won't give the value. The reason behind that, you are working with a technical team, right? Your development team or the core team, right? And they only speak those language only, right? They are not going to say, okay, my sprint planning is failing, Scrum is failing, right? They will say my build is failing, right? Server is down, right? Or they will say, okay, I'm not able to do the code review, right? So if we don't understand those terms and language, right, how we are going to help them, right? Because we say we are impediment remover, right? We can help the team. So impediment remover is nothing like I'm very good in the Scrum. I'm trying to apply the Scrum practices within a team and they are doing good. No, whatever the current core challenges which your development team is having, are you able to understand those things, right? So that's the one perspective. But again, one more follow-up question on that, right? I am the Scrum Master. Then do I need to do the hands-on on the coding, right? And I'm not in the position now, right? Because I'm having 15, 20-year experience now, and for coding is a nightmare for us, right? So the second question is that if that person, he or she who is doing as a Scrum Master, if they need to know the system, what should be the depth, right? Can anyone answer that?
Sorry, could you
Feel free,
repeat that?
whatever your perspective.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Prashant. Sorry, Prashant. Could
Mhm.
you repeat it?
Yeah, I'm asking, the today's demand is that because since you are working with a core development team, right? They are not going to speak a Scrum language. They are going to speak their technical language,
Technical
right?
language.
Whenever they
Yeah,
face the challenges, right?
exactly.
So the question is that because some people are coming from the non-technical background, right? Some people are very good in the Scrum, right? Then the question comes, okay, if I need to prepare for those aspects, understanding the engineering practices, let's say understanding the DevOps, understanding the TD/DBD programming, unit testing, and all that, how should we prepare? What should be the depth? Do I need to do the hands-on? That's the one question. And if not, what should be the depth to understanding
Okay.
there?
So according to me, like, see, as you said already, as you already explained in your question, that we already had a good amount of experience in different aspects of IT. Okay, so you might be from a process team, or you might be from a management or anything as such. And now, when you are transforming to a Scrum role, what I suggest is like it's really a difficult task. However, if the person is like really smart and if he can adapt to the coding and other things, technical things, then very good, well enough, they can very well they can prepare those things and they can understand the concept, but they don't have to be on a real time on hands-on experience. And following that, uh, see, it is always best to have a basic understanding, because whenever if they say any issues, so that we would be able to catch up and we would be able to map we would be able to get a clear mind map where is the issue is and how we can resolve the impediments. First thing that would be very helpful for us. And I'd also suggest, like, going forward, it will be a very difficult task if they don't want to have an understanding on the technicalities. And most of the time, as you said, like, the extreme programming concepts are coming in more and more, like TDD, BDD, and everything is coming into the picture nowadays. So I'd suggest, like, yes, it is very much mandatory that they should know the basics at least, so that they would be able to clear the impediments. And I go with that.
That's great answer, right? Well, so that's the thing, right? The level of knowledge when already Rakesh answered, right? Basic, right? When I say the understanding, at least you should be in the position whenever your engineering team is talking those stuff, you should be able to grasp it, right? They are saying, okay, I need to do the unit test coverage, let's say by 80%, right? At least I have understanding what is unit test. You no need to sit and write the unit tests, right? So having the basic understanding all those areas is good. Now, but again, the questions come, what are the all the areas covered, right? So let's do the continuous questions, but I can do
I
let
have
me do two
I
things.
have
Just
I have one
yeah,
more point to add here,
yeah,
Prashant. In
please.
my real-time scenario, it happened in my current project. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it was a product owners ask us to create a test cases for the whatever the test they are doing. So
Mm-hmm.
and then this tester was like struggling really hard. He doesn't know how to do it, wherein, like, it is because
Correct.
so that's where I pitched in and I helped him out on how we can think from a end user perspective. Once again, I gave him a gyan about the user story. It has to be from the user end, and so on that basis, like, you have to create the test cases as well. And then moreover, then we went in deep and we started doing, like, what are the types of tests. And that is like a simple software testing life cycle, we had to had some gyan from there also. That's how we ended up, and it went really well, and it helped me a lot
That's true.
actually.
Ruba,
So,
Ruba, what I want to add is, we have to be bottom line that we are facilitators.
Absolutely.
So better to guide the direct tester directly, identify a person who
Yes.
will talk to the tester, and you be the observer. So
Yeah.
if you will do that, then you are readily available for the product owners, disposable for support. If you go and sit with the tester, talk to him, that is where the other management of Agile is keeping a watch on you.
You are so
So
correct. You
yeah,
are so correct,
yeah.
Veer. But then the our our constraints were
okay,
like limited
now
number of resources. Yeah.
I'll halt here because I need to cover most questions. So what we can do, but great question. What we can do also parallelly, we can. I see a lot of people are parallelly putting the question. You can put the question on the chat also. We can see. We can prepare those questions also. But what I can do, I see we are crossing 100. Yeah. So I'll just take a five. I know around out of this 150 people are with me from last at least a year or more. So I'll just talk through my background for a new people who just join me, right? What I usually do, right? Not in the companies and all, because that's the JD part, right? So let me share this. I'll just take a minute for about me, and then from there we'll just move to the roadmap path, right? So currently, what is having I am having I'm not talking about my the I'm not having the Scrum. So in the Scrum only I'll talk it about. So I am having the Scrum in the all the Scrum phase and Agile phase more than a 12 years, totally in the Scrum, core Scrum, right? I started with it where the Scrum was in the boom, right? That's the one perspective from me. And from last 3 or 4 years, mentoring the people and trying to support wherever is possible, it's becoming my hobby, right? Some people have a hobby for playing football or whatever. So I enjoy this stuff, right? To talking to people, interacting with the people. So from last 3 years, I'm continuing interacting with the people. So over, I think I have connected with 300 plus Scrum Master, maybe one to one, and in the group session also try to see whatever the challenges they are facing, try to help wherever is possible, right? Whoever is connected with me in the LinkedIn, I think they are already aware. On the at least daily basis, I publish one article over there. So 1000 plus articles so far I have published it around all the areas in the Scrum, apart from what is the basic theory, right? My primary article is about the challenges and the real practical scenarios over there. That's where, and a lot of feedback also I received from the people also. In terms of a workshop, I think most of the people are new here in my first workshop, but in the past also, we have conducted around 500 plus workshops, including the interview workshop, mock interview workshops, also Jira session on the different tools also over there, right? And we have launched multiple digital tools, but I don't want to talk about the tools over there. And the primary area where I'm having the hands-on is I'm good in the DevOps because I had a core experience on DevOps, extreme programming I'm having. I don't want to touch about the Scrum because the Scrum is by default, we should know it. Then apart from, I work on the Kanban, Lean and XP frameworks over there. And tools, I am certified on all those tools, starting from Jira, Azure DevOps, all those tools, I'm certified trainer over there. And my philosophy, right, primarily is that what I'm doing, whatever I'm learning and I'm talking through, right, based on the experiment base only, because initially when we have started the Scrum was theory, even the Scrum guide was theory, right? We try to apply those theory in the experiment, see how this is working, and based on the inspection, we do those changes. And also, I'm continuously working based on the experiment basis, and whatever is the best fit solution. Well, there is no one solution for fit for all, but what is the solution is there. I try to provide those solution and mentoring with the peoples also there. That's my philosophy part. And in the industry, I currently am working with the AI and ML data science because which is more. So primarily my uh, persistent or more intensive path is the AI. I have prepared a lot of board tools also there. So that's there because I want to be in touch with the technology also. I worked on the digital transformation, telecom and healthcare company, oil and gas consulting, education and manufacturing part. So that's the primary my core area over there. Certification again, I am not going to touch it. So this is pretty much about me. Who is the new people who just know, okay, who is this Prashant who is sharing this articles, who is sharing this session, right? This is pretty much bit about me. Now from there, what we'll do, let's go to the path, right, which is very important. Maybe few people are very experienced here who knows what need to cover, but a lot of people are here who is just starting their career in the Scrum, or some are still struggling. When I say struggling, some people what happen, they join some webinar, grab some interview question, prepare for those questions. Some people join another webinar, grab some question, read something from the YouTube, Google, and all that here and there, right? Because they are not having the clear path from where to start, where to finish, what area to cover it, right? Because of they do struggle it, right? And they lack the opportunity in the interview. They prepare for something, but some another thing has come in, right? So I'll share the one at least high level path, what we need to cover it, and we'll touch in terms of not a theory, right? Because when I say what needs to cover it, what should be the actual practical things which we have to do it, right? So let me share my screen over here and let me know if everyone is able to see it.
Yeah,
You guys are
we
able
can.
to see?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, Prashant.
Let me admit it. Okay. If anyone else is not able to join it, what I'll do? Okay, people are still joining it. I'll run one more webinar then, but yeah, let's see how much we have. Cool. So, and I had did another tool because I'm not fond of a PPT or those things, right? Because since we are interacting with the tool, I prepared all those items in the tool itself only, right? So usually this is the path for a Scrum Master. When I say the Scrum Master, they can be in the safe, they can be in the Kanban, they can be in the whatever the area they are doing, and the mix match also, right? But in the general, yeah, people are having the questions, but yeah, we'll take the question in next 5 minutes. And just let me go through the path, right? So first one is that where to start it, right? So usually what happen, some people start directly with the interview questions, right? Or some people start just take the Scrum guide and do, right? No, first what you can do is start with the base, right? So when I say base, what is a base, right? So people says, okay, I'll read my take example of Agile manifesto and principle, right? Okay, I know Agile principle. This is 12 principle. This is 4 manifesto. I am good. Interview will be asked this question. Do you think the interview will ask the question? Okay, tell me the what is the manifesto of Agile? Or if I ask someone, can someone tell me what is the first manifesto of Agile? Anyone?
Individual
interaction over
Individual
process.
and people
Over processes and
over the
tools.
process and tools.
Yeah,
Cool.
people interaction over
Individual
product.
interaction or process and tool, right? So interviewer is not going to ask you or tell me what is the first manifesto, right? The question, how the question come, or how do I ask a question as an interviewer, right? I ask the question, okay, you are saying the first manifesto is an individual interaction over processor tool. Let me know where you apply this principle in real, and how this principle, what was challenges you face and how it is working, right? Again, because he needs someone who can work in his company, right? If I ask this question to you, like, let me know where you apply this principle, can someone answer me where you apply individual interaction over a process and tool really implemented this principle?
So Prashant,
Not a-
we have these Scrum ceremonies, rather events like retrospective. We are actually dealing with the folks. We try to understand their problems, issues. We try
yeah,
to work on that instead of forcing on tools and all these processes. Wherein I feel like we are applying this manifesto. We are
right.
interacting more and more. We are trying to solve their conflicts, their impediments, and wherein we are applying this manifesto here.
Great, very good, very near to answer, very correct answer. Anyone else? I'll take one more answer, and I'll have one more follow-up question on that, right? Which
Yeah,
will thank you too. Yeah.
Prashant, for me, it's like, see, we have to give high priority to the individuals over the process and policies, because individual process and policies may change at any point of time. However,
Mhm.
the individuals, they are the one who helps us to get the increments done. So on that note, yes, we have to closely work with them, and we have to ensure like their impediments are getting sorted out. And it's not like something, once the people is good, even doesn't matter whatever the process is, like they would be able to follow the process and they would be able to keep up with that.
Perfect. That's a perfect answer. And one more follow-up question on that. We'll try to cover as much question we can cover it, right? Uh, why this principle came it in the first place, right? What was the challenge before Ajay? Can anyone answer? Anyone new? Raghvesh, you already answered a lot of questions. I want to give
Prashant,
the
I
opportunity.
would like to add one point here for individuals
Yeah.
and interactions over process and tools. So, earlier when I joined my first organization, like when there was a bug fix. So I was waiting for my supervisor's approval. It was a critical bug, but I was waiting for my supervisor's approval. Like like the developer had to merge the code and everything, but I was stopping them for my supervisor's approval. That's when my supervisor said, if you feel it is a critical, you yourself take a call and go ahead and ask them to fix it. You don't have to wait for my approval if it is a very critical case. So that's our individual decision. So here, if I totally rely on the process, then it might have an impact on the production for the real users. So that's how we give more priority to individuals in interactions over the processes. So that's my perspective.
Very practical answer, Kiran, and very near to right. Second one says, I'll take one more principle, then we can move to the path again, right? People say working software or the over contract, right? So some
Contract
people negotiate
negotiation.
the contract. What was the challenge before, right? And how the Agile Manifesto help this challenge to over it?
Prashant, sorry, are you sharing in your screen? We can see the uh, list of
Am I
epics and
am I not
features.
am I not sharing?
No, we can see your screen, but it has the browser in it. It's not any other PPT or any notes as such.
Is it not showing this path to Scrum Master?
Yes, yes, it is.
Yeah, path to Scrum Master is there. Okay, then.
Yes.
No, it's showing, right? Yeah. Cool. So now second question is that people says working software over comprehensive documentation, right? What was the challenge before? The question won't come. What is the second manifesto? What was the challenge before because of this manifesto come and how you implement this thing? Can anyone address this one? Working software over comprehensive documentation.
So here my point is, hi Prashant, Priyanka here. So
Yeah,
I want
Priyanka.
to give some points. My understanding is like instead of showing any whatever the development team has developed, instead of showing in a documentation, we are showing practically the demo. So that's what the
Perfect.
difference is like.
We are bringing in the MVP.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true, right? And if I put in
One more
that
thing.
way, Priyanka and
Earlier it
Raghuvesh,
was like
yeah.
earlier like in traditional method, it's like just we are at the end of the project, we are customer is not satisfied, like maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever it was delivered also in the beginning, see in nowadays in Agile, we are showing in a iteration model, the working software, whatever you delivered in a sprint wise.
The increments
So
Yes,
that was not
increment.
the
Yeah, the increment are happening on end of the each and every sprint. So by that way,
correct,
what happens is like we don't have to go with the contractual, because as
correct,
per the books, at the end of the contract only we have to deliver the product. Whereas like
correct.
at the end of each and every sprint, we are delivering an increment, which gives a satisfaction to the customer, and it also builds the trust on the development team.
Perfect. Very perfect answer, right?
Prashant,
And I just want to add one thing, maybe people can add it, right? So whenever the such questions come into the question, how to encounter it, right? Try to connect with the actual scenario, right? Let me put in that way. Assume you are a
Prashant, can
client, right?
I
Yeah, yeah.
add in? Yeah, so
Yeah, please
writing
go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
comprehensive documentation for a system, especially at the beginning of a project, right, has many drawbacks. For as example, if your team spends months documenting their requirement analysis, design test cases, there is a good chance that the documented will be out of date by the time we are done, right? So in today's like in the rapidly pace where the requirement gets changed, right, the team needs to be able to adapt to the changing requirement. So I believe that is the
Yes.
one reason why this principle has been discovered. Yeah.
Correct. That can definitely one reason, right? And more a real reason, right? Always whenever some questions come, right, put yourself in that position. Take an example, you are the client, right? Take an example, Priyanka, you are the client. I am the company who is working for your software, right? We said in the next month I am going to deliver the MVP. MVP is nothing, a minimal viable product, right? So in the next month, what happened once the client, everyone came in, this is the real scenario, right? You guys are all are ready for a demo and you have a nice 100 page documentation, how this system is working, right? Very detailed documentation. What will happen in this situation, right? The client will be pissed off, right? Because already you laid the time to market, right? He said, boss, I need my working software at least so I can go to the market, I can earn the money, right? Because the money is, they are also earning the money. That's from where I am earning the money, right? So if we still focusing on a documentation, not work on the working software, actual application and all, right, it is not going to add the value on those. So Agile doesn't say don't work on the documentation part and all, right? That's why I say minimal documentation, but primary focus on the working software, right? That's ultimately people are going to use it, right? That's where Sage. So whenever someone asks this question to you in the interview, right? Try to connect with those thing aspect also, right? Take an example of first one also, right? Where individual interaction over processing tool, right? If I gave you the very great developer who is very great industry expert of a 10 team, right? 10 developers who is sitting in one room, who is not interacting with the testing team, who is not interacting with the DevOps team, who is not interacting with the PO and BA, but they are saying they are the best developer and they are developing the application on their own, right? In second hand, there we are having a 4 or 5 developers tester team who are interacting to each other, it was the PO and clients and all, right? Who you think who will deliver the better software, right? The second team, because they know what is happening, they are getting the input from all the areas. That's why the first manifesto also what happened, it has break the silos from the waterfall. In the waterfall, what used to happen, developer work for 3 or 4 months, then he pass on the requirement for the testing, then from testing it goes to the maintenance and all, right? No, we say, that's why we say we are having the cross functional team, we are having the self organized team, we are having mix of people who we need for building that application. They need to interact to each other, right? That's where this whatever principle is there, it signifies those things, right? So if someone asks you those questions in the interview, it's not like whatever the principle which is there in the Scrum guide on Agile, it's not a theory, right? It came from the practical challenges and all. So our only point is over here, whenever someone is asking the question, try to address what challenge it's addressing, right? And answer in that term, then that person or interview will be able to relate it. Okay, yeah, this person is having the great knowledge, right? Okay, let me move. I think we are having great question, 20 more minutes, but let me cover the path first. This path primarily for the people who is either confused what they need to cover it, and the people who are just applying for interview, right? So the fundamentals manifesto is important, but if I go to the manifesto, it's not about what is the manifesto, right? It is about how you apply those principles in the real life. Always go with the practical scenarios, right? This is how your preparation part will come, right? And the understand the base. Second will be, why my screen is disappearing multiple times. Okay, second is understand the agile fundamentals. Then what is agile, why it is come in the real world, we can cover this question post. Now next question is to understand the roles and responsibility of SM. Let's take 2 more minutes on this question, which is very important. Can anyone tell me what is the roles and responsibility of a Scrum Master? This is very most common question people ask in an interview also. Okay, what is a, usually the it comes in a different format, like okay, what you do on a daily basis, what is a day looks like of a Scrum Master, right? Ultimately it's talking on the R&R of a Scrum Master, right? Can anyone answer what is the roles and responsibility of a Scrum Master?
Yeah, Prashant,
Hi, Prashant.
I can take answer.
Sorry to.
Yeah,
Yeah, go
Akshay
ahead.
here. So, Scrum Master has many roles, I can say. He does not fix to one particular. He also acts as the impediment remover. He acts as a leader servant. He acts as a coach. Acts as a mentor. So he also needs sometimes to coach the product owner. Sometimes he needs to work with the team members. Sometimes he might have to remove the impediments and also act as a facilitator or conflict resolution. The conflict might be between the team members or the team, or it might be between the stakeholders or misunderstandings between the stakeholders and also the team members. So there are many different roles based on his roles and responsibilities and what the situation demands. He acts as that particular role.
Okay, very good, great answer, right? So one R&R which you talk about definitely is which comes under Scrum module, great, right? And if same questions would have asked 10 years before, like what is the R&R of a Scrum Master? People say, so okay, running the Scrum event and working as a facilitator, working as an impediment remover, it was good because that time Scrum was boom. The challenge was there, the competition was less, because if you just search in the LinkedIn Scrum Master, click on the people, you will find the 5 lakh plus Scrum Master there, right? Who maybe Scrum Master, not a Scrum Master, right? So the R&R has differ from the decade, the responsibility has differ, and even what happened, the competition is huge nowadays, right? So what happened now, we cannot stick with the same R&R. The reason behind that, what will happen after some time, maybe some people can concur me with that. Once you run all those events, once you done put all those practices, after some time it becomes stagnant, right? Monotonous. Anyone can do it, right? Even we do realize, okay, because the Scrum team is also saying, okay, event are there, planning are there, daily scrum are there, we are just running the show, right? What next, right? So the R&R differs. So in the today's world, I'll just touch base from few of the R&R which is common in the JD. One is the core responsibility, I think, which someone already mentioned, right? Second is a today demand-based responsibility for a Scrum Master, right? So how to cover that aspect, right? So what you do whenever you applying for a Scrum Master role, see the JD job description, right? You would find the few other pointers apart from basic running the events and all, right? Maybe some people would have seen in the JD it has mentioned the DevOps R&R, right? So it doesn't mean okay if I know just on the Scrum, if I don't know DevOps, right? That company definitely is going to give the more weightage to the people who is knowing the DevOps, right? So know those aspects of a DevOps, at least have the basic understanding how the pipeline is working, how the integration is happening, how the deployment is happening. Some companies ask nowadays are putting the good engineering practices also over there, right? Like example, TDD, BDR in the boom, right? Then our pair programming, unit testing, all those aspects, right? So R&R differ based on those. So what area you need to cover it? One is a core responsibility of a Scrum Master, which I think someone has already mentioned here. What like running those event, what they need to someone mentioned servant leader, then authority coach, mentor, right? Or they are doing the exchange agent impediment removers, right? But apart from that, today's role space, what is the demand for today? For example, okay, some people are working how we are facilitating the those even in the hybrid work or the remote work, right? Or maybe you're working with a distributed team, right? What is your technical awareness, right, about the technology, DevOps, right? Or how we are data driven decision making? What is mean by data driven? uh, if you are having a data, let's say from a last 6 month or a 2 quarter, right? Based on that data, how you can predict it, how you can see what are the challenges in the loophole, how you can bring the best practices also, right? How you can interact with the other stakeholders, right? Not only within which is within your team, right? So then the security aspect and emotional intelligence aspect over there, right? So those are the area also you guys need to focus it. This R&R I'll be sharing, don't worry about it, right? Then evaluation of the demand base and the DevOps basic, right? So R&R has been changed from the decade. As soon as the market has changed, new technology came into the boom, and the more the competition over there. I see someone raise the hand here. Cool. So that's on the understand the base, right? And the framework, very important aspect because a lot of things people go around it, right? So in the framework, what you need to cover it. One is what is a Scrum? When I say what is a Scrum, don't go with the theory. Okay, how this Scrum framework is implemented within your organization, what core value it is bringing, and what are the pillars around it, right? Then the roles. You need to clearly know apart from your roles and responsibility, what is the roles responsibility for the product owner, what is the roles responsibility of the development team. It is not only going to help you to clearing the interview, but also once you are setting up the way of working agreement, right? The practices, lot of fight and conflict happen. This is not my job. Sometimes what happen, people, maybe some people can relate it. They are asking Scrum Master to create a user stories for Epic, right? Wrong practices because we did not put those way of working agreement or the practices are in a clearly on the initial itself, right? So know about whose responsibility is what, right? That's the rules. Events, you should know what are the all the events. But when I say the event, it's not like if interviewer is not going to ask you what is the sprint planning, right? The question will be coming, what are the essential prerequisites for the sprint planning, right? How you effectively manage the sprint planning, what are the challenges come under those planning, right? And what are the best industry practices you have applied? So what are the question which I'm throwing you, it's a practical base so that he or she know that this person is having the understanding, how much level of understanding he is having, one aspect. Another one is that did he really work on that, right? He will come to know. If someone bluff me, I know, right? Because if I ask what is the sprint planning, anyone can say is okay, team meet it, they put the item from the backlog to the sprint, and based on the velocity and capacity, they plan the work, right? That's a theory. But I'll ask, okay, how you manage, how you did the sprint planning in your organization, what was the challenges you faced, what practices you incorporate under that. I'll easily catch hold of that person, he is bluffing or not, right? So why I'm putting these questions ahead of you guys, prepare not only for the theory part, right? What is the planning and all, cover all the aspect. For example, assume you really got shortlisted for that organization, right? And if someone asks you now, okay, conduct the sprint planning for a new team, very new team who doesn't know ABC about the Scrum, right? What would be your approach? What would be your starting point? What would be your ending point? What you will send as a prerequisites, what you will send as a follow-up item, right? Those perspective over there. Once you prepare those part end to end, then let the question come. If I know in and out how the sprint planning will come, so whatever the question is coming, I will be able at least to answer those questions. So only key point over here is that cover the core topic first, whatever the core topic you are having, how this topic, how this particular things is having, take example event, then you prepare for an interview question. Do not jump directly on the interview questions, right? So if I know how the sprint planning is happening, how actually, what are the all parameter I need to cover, what are the different techniques over there, do's and don'ts, okay, then let the question come. Same followed by the daily scrum. Okay, one question on the daily scrum. How many are using the Jira board to do the daily scrum? Jira or Azure DevOps or the Rally? Anyone? Definitely most of the people, right?
I use Jira.
What you call the technique? What is the technique called? If you are using the Scrum board or Jira board, blank, right? See,
Is
most
it
of the people don't know, right?
visualizing the work?
Visualization is the outcome of that, because that's the purpose of it, right? So we should aware about it, right? Because the competition is huge here, because if I put that question to the one person who doesn't know the answer and put the questions of another to answer, the score will go 1-0, right? So the technique called the walking the board, the walking the wall during the pre-COVID world, when the people used to do the scrum on the wall, putting the sticky notes, right? So we call that technique as a walking the wall, because what we are doing, we are going the right to the left or left to the right and walking the wall one by one. And since we are working in the virtual world and the post-COVID, a lot of people are working in the hybrid mode, right? We call the walking the board, right? Apart from that, what other scrum techniques you guys are running, right? If I ask you as an interviewer, can someone name me 2 or 3 techniques apart
Focus
from
planning,
this the thing which you're doing? Yeah.
story point estimation.
No. Scrum. How you run the daily scrum?
Ask the update in the call with
No
each.
techniques. No.
It's
Do
the
not mention
it's
that.
the
Right?
round
robin method.
robin would be
Perfect. Round robin is good.
Round robin.
round
Yes,
robin
that's the
we
one.
do.
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah.
How you
And
manage the 15,
Passing the
ensure that
ball.
you are having the 15-minute scrum and you manage, okay, it has to finish in the 15 minute, because that's the most common question comes it. And a lot of people also struggling this question, the scrum, they are not able to finish in the 15 minutes, they are finishing in 30 minutes, 45 minutes and all, right? What technique can apply in the scrum, what different techniques, so it will help you, right? Apart from, let's say, round robin, or apart from walking the board, right? Okay. Anyone heard about the passing the ball or 1 minute technique in the scrum? Anyone applied it? No, right? So that's the one two most used technique, right? To keep it the time boxing. Take example, my team structure 10 or 12 minutes. So what we say, we do the passing the ball and 1 minute technique. So what happen? Whoever is having the ball, other won't speak it, right? So what happen? At least that's the focus factor, right? So that's a ground condition for that. And the 1 minute, the technique, one say 1 minute. That person has to, by hook and crook, has to finish his progress in a 1 minute. Not even in 30 seconds, not even in a more than a minute, right? So what happen if I'm having a team side? Definitely by 10 or 12 minutes, I'm going to finish it, right? If you apply this different techniques and all that's ultimately it is reducing the time, right? So this such questions come in the interview, right? The people won't ask, okay, how you do the daily scrum and all, right? Different techniques, you should be aware about it. I have around 10 or 12 techniques on the daily scrum itself I applied. So maybe I'll share those techniques. So be aware about those techniques. At least we are doing this Jira from last, some people are doing from last 8 or 10 years, right? Because we don't know the name of those techniques also there, right? So that's the one aspect on the daily scrum. Similarly, on the
Prashant,
retro, I
just
think,
one question from my end on the daily scrum. Like I literally put up the digital clock on the monitor, and I tried to control the team to complete their updates within 15 minutes. But then what happened, like they were not able to provide their detailed updates, rather even the high level updates also. Then later they felt like, what is the use of this daily stand up? I mean, she's not even hearing our all updates, or rather sometime I was like able to complete only 50% of the folks their updates. So it was like people were thinking like there is no use of this updates, and later I used to connect with them individually. So
I
these
see.
were the issues when I tried to put up the
Exactly.
clock for
Yeah,
15 minutes. Yeah.
even I support the same similar issue
Yeah.
even I faced.
I
So
think
we stopped
sorry to
and we are giving more time. We are taking more time now, 15 more than 15
I
to we made it 30 minutes.
No, I think
Yeah.
first thing is like in your daily Scrum call, I think you're not well planned, because like all they have to do is like what they did yesterday and what they're going planning to do today, and how much they have completed in terms of the increment delivery. And then if it is a cross-functional team, definitely they will never skip the daily Scrum call. If it is a cross-functional team, they will never always they wanted to, in my scenario, like they always wanted to have the Scrum call, because they make it much effective if it is a cross-functional team, because they'll interact with each and every one and they will try to do anything. And if they find any difficulties, they will, then I'll tell them to, okay, let's move on, we take it in another forum, and we'll plan a call according to that. That's how we
No,
do it.
Rupa, even if we cover these three questions, what did you do yesterday, what you are planning to do, and any impediments? Even one folk take 1 minute to answer these three questions. Let's say I'm having 7 folks in my one scrum team, so it would be kind of 20 to 21 minutes. Anyways, it's going beyond that. At least I'll
Yeah,
have to
yeah, that
give
is for
3 minutes to each folk, right? So
yeah, yeah,
that is
yeah.
the thing. Like there are challenges in like having this time
Yeah,
box
so
15
Shweta,
minutes.
just
I just
cut
wanted
the
to know
question
how
just
you.
short.
Yeah.
What we need to do it, right? The Scrum is not about a status. That's the first thing, right? You're not going to set for a status who is there or no, right? So people daily, at least that's the one platform. At least people are meeting virtually over there. At least they are discussing what's the plan towards the day, right? And are they towards the sprint goal over there or not, right? Even you need to answer in that way, right? If you give answer in the interview like it's an update call, immediately he will say, okay, that's a different understanding, right? Second thing is that definitely you won't be able to resolve all the question in the Scrum call, right? So it's only that he or that person enabled, okay, I'm facing this challenge, right? Then post that Scrum, we need to interact with that people, or either you connect with the right party who can help to remove that challenge. That's where the impediment remover part comes in, right? Scrum is not about to remove the challenges, not about to discuss the updates, only just to see what's the visibility, where we are moving ahead, and if any roadblocks, how we can help it, right? More answer will be there, but I think we have 7 or 8 minutes.
Hello,
Let me finish.
Prashant. I have
And
a one question. Hello.
can you hold the question? Just let you finish this thing, and definitely what I'll do. If people want to extend, I can extend 15 minutes more. A lot of people question has come, so they can
No, no.
state.
This
But I
daily scrum, what happened? Like, I couldn't see that. I never ever asked like what they have done yesterday. That is the wrong things. Okay.
correct,
Who is going
correct.
to ask? Yeah, we never ask what they have done yesterday. We are going to check on that. What is exactly the progress going on the sprint goal? Okay. That is the one thing. Any improvement is there. But thing is, instead of that, they will write the comment box in the daily scrum. Why you need again call? Okay. They are saying our team member are saying we will write the comment box. Whatever things you can go through it. Why you need daily scrum? Is it right or not?
Great answer. That's true, Raj. I think it's not a status, not even talking, mainly talking about the progress and the up ahead, right? What we're seeing. Okay, let
Yeah,
me
yeah.
just finish the roadmap. I thought we'll be finishing on time. I need to be time box. If we are not time box, we can't be the Scrum Master, right? So that's one aspect. Another thing that mastery on the tools, guys. Ensure you know the tools. If company are using the Jira, know Jira in and out. ADO if you're using, Confluence if you're using, no, metrics are very important. I can't go through each and every metrics, but at least have a matrix, combination of metrics. Some is the outcome based metrics, some is a quality based metrics, some is a progress based metrics, right? Quality based metrics may be the your escape defect in the production, then and some will be customized metrics also, right? What are the metrics? Maybe a few of the metrics I'll be share it. Velocity and burn down, very common, primarily talking about how team is heading or as an average in the sprint wise or the quarter wise, right? But work on another metrics also, cycle time, lead time. Then engineering practices, very important. So at least aware about how your SDLC life cycle works, software development life cycle. Not, I'm not talking about what was in the waterfall. How in your company, if developer is picking one story, right, in his local machine from his deploying the repository till the production, how your development cycle is working, right? Be aware about that. Then the testing life cycle, right? How the testing life cycle work, other practices are working, those aspect over there. Then interview preparation part, I think we can some part which I want to go give is a research the company, and GD is very important, right? Because we cannot go with the one fit solution for all, right? So you need to be prepared with the based on the JD's description also. And apart from the GDs, different segment also there, right? Some people are applying for a Scrum Master, some are applying for Agile course, some are a Kanban Scrum Master, some are a Safe Scrum Master, DevOps Scrum Masters, and RTE also there, right? So questions differ based on those aspects also.
Resume preparation part is the next also in your path, which will come. Ensure your resume is a ATS friendly application tracking system, so your recruiter can catch hold on those resume, and what needs to include and exclude. Data points is very important in terms of a percentage or how much you have done it. Recruiter perspective is very important. A lot of people miss this opportunity, right? Or what is that? If recruiter asks in the last, do you have any question, right? That's the opportunity for you guys to ask the question. You are really interested in that organization and you are looking ahead to the those company, or you are aligned toward the agile, right? Whenever someone asks a question, be ready with 4 or 5 questions. Maybe I'll be sharing some questions which you can ask to the recruiter, so that people know, okay, this person is really interested about this, right? For example, one question you can throw it, okay, what is the current agile maturity level in an organization? What expectation is you are having from me? What different things I can bring in your on your plate, so I can be pre-prepared, right? So that's the opportunity part on this path. So what I'll do, maybe I know some would have noted this path. I'll share this path over there, and we can have one more session on continue. Anyway, I'll be sharing the recurring session over there. That's the one aspect of this thing. Another aspect, I think people, I believe 80% people are in our WhatsApp group already. So many people has requested, right, how to prepare that part, right? Because few people are already experienced on that. So if I share this path to them, they can prepare it. But some will be just starting for a Scrum. I think Craig is there. I think Shweta is there, and Pratima is there. They have asked it, right? So what we are going to do is that I'm going to conduct the workshop, Scrum Master Training Workshop, which I'm going to conduct on each weekend, right? Saturday and Sunday. I'm conducting the 8 session, 2 hours for each, right? And the format will be then 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. 2 hour session, right? And what format will be there? First 90 minutes, we are going to talk about very deep about each topic, no interview questions. What is this topic? How this is really working in the real world? And I'm having some simulation project with me, which is set up in the Jira and ADO, which I have worked in the past. So that project I'm going to share all those things. So that project will be handy also, so we can do some hands-on. And last 30 minutes in this format, what we are going to do, we are going to touch only interview questions regarding those topic, right? So why this format will work? So in this format, what will happen? We are not jumping on the question, some question from Scrum, some from here. No. So we are perfecting our topic. For example, today if I read what is our agile manifestos, what is our Scrum, all these events. So all the questions around it. So we'll try to touch base as much question is there. Apart from that, as a homework, I'll be sharing some questions and some preparation part to the people, so they can at least be prepared for that. So this is the format. If they use, at least it's not only helping them to clear the interview, right? Because I am 100% sure most of people are going to clear the interview. If I know some people are struggling from 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, but down the line, once the market is good, they are going to clear the interview. But survival part is very important, right? Because once you clear the interview, again the same challenges will come, right? If you just know the basic, not having the good knowledge and expertise and all, then the challenge each day will be struggle, right? So we'll touch the practical aspect, how it is happen in the real world, how to send the invite, how to run the event, right? How to do the velocity works and all, how to set up all the project in Jira. So that's the webinar. I'm going to do that. I know in this, I already some people have registered for this, but in this audience, the people, and primarily this session is for those people who are struggling for the interviews, people who is just transferring from the Scrum to the non Scrum to the Scrum, and who is having 2-3 year experience put in the resume. I am a 5 year, 6 year experience in the Scrum, but really they're not having the experience, right? We will find those people. So just let me know how many people are interested for this Scrum training ceremonies over there. So what I'll do, I'll share the link over there. They can register it. And again, I think I have put the minimum fee compared to the others, all organization people are doing. Ensure that we are utilizing this 1 month time, and I am putting 1 month my bandwidth over there, and all the experience and expertise we are bringing to us with the different Scrum Masters and all, right? So those are content which we are preparing on this. So if anyone is interested for this thing, what we can do, if they want to stay on the call, they can stay it. Also, what I'll do, let me share the link over there. If they want to register for this, they can go ahead and register, and they can reach me also one-to-one, like on the, like how to register for this thing session, and what should the preparation part, how I can send the message to all of them. I see one-to-one, right? Yeah. 1 second. So these are I have put all the path, what should be the step one, step two, how will covering, including the different parameters over there. So I'm putting this link over there. Just save this link with you. If someone is really struggling now, looking for that session, they can register right now. Someone can just ping me and post this session, they can stay it. And yeah, I just pasted the link. Everyone got that link? Just let me know.
Yeah, we got the link in the message.
Got it. Just save this link, guys. Even I circulate this link in the WhatsApp also. Just go through the content, right? It is very structured content over there. Now, what I can do now, no, it's not free, Raj. I have put the minimum fee because it's not a one session. It's a 1 month complete session, 2 hours each. So we'll be having a doubt session also, and we'll be having a simulation project. Even the license tools also we are putting in, right? So even we are having a content team behind it. So that's where this I put the minimum fee over there, so you can just try it. And if you have any question on the fees part and all, just ping me. Not free, definitely, but not too much also, right? What I'll do now, I'll just keep the platform open for 10 or 15 minutes also, and let's take few more questions over the here, right? And the question will be real the people who is struggling for an interview, who recently gave the interview, and if they are having any challenges also there. Yeah, yeah, Avinash.
Yeah, so Prashant, like yesterday I've given interview for IBM. So their requirement or their what they're seeking out of Scrum Master is to handle the 5 teams. Is it practically possible to handle 5 teams at a time? I feel that is a challenging part because the client is very stringent in terms of cost. So he wanted one Scrum Master to handle 5 teams. So I just have a question.
Very unique question, Avinash, and I love the question. Did you ask what's the expectation from me in terms of handling those 5 teams? Did you ask like them, right?
So yeah,
So,
so what? Yeah, so what I asked is that he said majority of the teams are matured enough, but 2 teams are there where you need to focus. Main focus will be on that one, but simultaneously you need to handle other 3 teams as well. So that was the area he was highlighting it. So I was a little bit tensed or anguished. So how to handle this kind of situation?
This
Can I
again
answer this?
please ask it. I see some people are registering also. So guys, I ping who's asking. I ping the link over here. They just go through the link and try it. Those things. Yeah,
Yeah,
please
so
answer it. Who is saying?
in my current organization, I'm handling 5 teams, but again, 5 teams means there are 5 different boards, 5 different domains. Okay, but not every team has too many people. Okay, there is a team, there are only 3 people. There is a team, there are 17 people, and there is a team where we have only 2 people. So ideally, it becomes difficult. It doesn't matter how many teams you have, but it becomes very difficult if there are too many people. So ideally, one Scrum Master should not handle more than 2 teams. But again, when you're saying teams, you also have to consider how many people, because ultimately you have to touch base each and everyone. And again, what is the role and responsibility? So primary in our organization, the major time goes in the release management. So that's a very, since it's a bank and it's a very heavy process. So if organization is expecting you to do a release management all 5 teams, disaster, you cannot do that. So they will expect, but you have to really take it whether you want to do it, because I know how difficult it is. You have 5 teams and you have these heavy processes in place to complete, you cannot. But ideally, if 5, and I was told the same thing, okay, it's a very mature team, this, that, and but what about the work? You have to, right? You have to complete your release processes. You have to go through all the boards every day. You have to tell people. But okay, what the point was, how many people? 10 people, 22 people, 30 people, how many people? 5 teams can be maybe all 10 people, that's it. So I don't know,
That's
but yeah.
great perspective, right? And this is again, Avina, this is the again scenario based question, right? He just want to know what's your how you replied, right? Ideally, it's not a yes or no answer. Okay, I can handle the 5 team. I handle the 5 team, right? Or some people say, okay, ideally the scrum master should not handle more than 1 or 2 team, right? He say no because it is recommended 2 teams. I cannot handle 2 teams also, right? Again, it will go as a negative, right? So you need to follow the middle path, right? You say if you are saying me the 5 team, where this 5 team stand, right? Put the follow-up question, right? Because what happened, my primary role is not running all those events. If you want me to run those events, I can run for the 5 teams, right? But my goal is that to focus on those team and bring those whatever the challenges they are having and bring to the right position on the track, right? And if I need to bring the transformation on team, I need to put more focus on that, right? And if that's a condition, maybe I'll start with the 1 or 2 team. If they are in the up to the mark, if they are self-organized, I can pick up the other teams and all. That would be my approach. This is how you need to handle the situation, not directly yes or no answer.
Because most of the questions he was emphasizing on the team of 5. So during the Q&A, I asked the question. He said it is a 5 teams that you need to handle, and the client is very, very tough. So that is a challenging part for any Scrum Master, he said. So I was a little bit tensed.
No, but that's a scenario. That's the position, right? They want to put you on the spot. They want to ask this question. But great question I heard. This is first time I hearing 5 questions, right? Okay, we can take more
So
question, but
5 team
I
is
need one thing.
Prashant.
Yeah, 1 second.
No, no, no. I mean,
Just
5 team,
one.
okay, but what is the team size? What is the team size? Did he mention?
He did not
That's
mention team size.
Yeah, that's why
So
I'm saying. I mean,
that's a new
actually,
learning for
follow.
me. Maybe
Yeah, throw the
if I'm
question
getting
back, right? Because
yeah.
he want to enable. Then you put the coaching hat, right, or the mentoring hat. Okay, you say, okay, 5 teams. Okay, you say, what's the maturity of this team? Throw back the question. Okay, what's the team size of this question, right? So this person will understand. Recruiter will understand. Okay, this person is having that understanding level of understanding instead of just yes or no answer, right? So
Okay.
that's there. But we can take more question. But what I want to know, I want to take a good screenshot for the very different cultured people and over there. So if people can come on the videos, we can just take a screenshot of those and just maybe then we can remaining if it is late for a dinner, they can drop it, and but we can continue for 2 or 3 questions.
Thanks, Prashant.
Yeah, I see nice faces over here. And the Tony is there, Rachna is there. Can rest of the people come on the video? Don't be shy, guys, because we are only saying the face-to-face interaction over processing tool. And if you are not coming on the video, we'll encourage our Scrum team to come on the virtual, right? Okay, still see half of the audience came on the video. 1 second. Can anyone answer why do we shy to come on the videos in the office call also? Anyone can answer it. I see a lot of people even in my agile group also, right? They do shy to come on the video. Any reason? What
Maybe
was the
the
reason?
attire, they are not in the right attire.
Attire, correct. Attire can be one reason. Okay, so work from home model, I think they gave a little leverage and convenience over there. But one recommendation always, at least when you are having the meeting with the leadership team, right? Primarily when we are talking about the challenges, bringing in the practices, always come on the video as a Scrum Master, right? Because you are the one person who are going to coach the leadership team, engineering team to bring the agile, right? And if you are not on the videos and all, how you will bring, you will say, like other people has to come on the videos and all, right? So in common meeting is fine, and even what I do, I put the Friday virtual meeting also in my organization. Friday it is mandatory for my team to come on the video, so we don't use the board. We just play different technique, which I say the round robin, passing the ball, 1 minute techniques and all, right? Icebreaker games and all, to have a collaboration part, right? Because that's the one thing which SM has to bring it, how you can bring the collaboration team together and all, right? To try decide one day and ensure the team are coming on the videos. Cool. I think that people are having come on the video. Yeah. So any other questions, guys? Let's take 1 or 2 more questions. And what we can do that,
Prashant, I had
post
a
that we
question.
can have a more series on this. Yeah. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Prashant, I had a question. So nowadays, like things have changed from past like 3 to 4 years, right? Like now, how the resumes get shortlisted, or now with the ATS thing and other stuff, when they are posted on LinkedIn and other stuff. we apply. But earlier we used to get calls from the recruiters and they used to identify the resumes from the Naukri or any other sites, and we used to get a calls. Now because of this ATS, even though with all the challenges, we modify the resume, modify the JD, etc., and like suit it, tailor it according to the JD, and then send it. Sometimes I feel like still it is not getting noticed, or still it is not getting shortlisted. So any particular inputs from your side on based on that? With all these
Yeah,
technologies coming in, it has
yeah,
become more
Akshay.
challenging.
It's very mixed question, because why I'm saying, because one question you asked me, like I put my resume ATS friendly, everything and all. I'm not getting the call. A lot of people are saying I'm not getting the call. Market is down. But some people are saying I'm getting a daily 4 or 5 calls also, but I'm not able to clear the interview. So we are having a mixed audience. But while you say the you're putting the your resume in your different profile, mostly not we would receive the most of the call from Naukri in India. LinkedIn, we usually get the less call, right? So my approach would be ensure you are having not the basic R this Scrum Master does it, right? Anyone can do it. Put your resume which can be at least different from the normal Scrum Master resumes and all, right? Talk about data points which I mentioned it, what challenges and transformation different practices you can bring it, right? So a recruiter says, okay, this person event he can do it, but this is the challenges he can incorporate, right? This, because some people have tried those things, they're getting different calls over there. And keep your resume ATS friendly, right? Like the instead of putting you are a Scrum Master and all, right, put the experienced Scrum Master, right? Because this is a selling point, because ultimately your resume is nothing, you're selling yourself, right? So how better you can sell it has to go in the resume, right? So put the very strong keyword over there, right? Bring the transformation, reduce the defect density by 50% by different industry practices and all, right? That data points always help us to do the better. The person who just put, I have just having the basic Scrum, I know the event and all, instead of that you put the data points, right? So that's the one way. Another way is depend on the pickup also, right? Because some people are getting the very frequent call in my connection also. Even I do get a call daily on the 4 or 5 call, right? But whatever call I'm getting, I'm putting in the WhatsApp group, right? Because I'm not looking for a change, because I'm looking for a train to the people, but it differ also sometimes. Market is not good, definitely. That's the answer to the question. Still, people say market is at least down the lines for 5 or 6 months. Market is not won't be good. At least till the US election. That's the one aspect, because most of the company are from the US in India, right? We are working. That's one aspect. Another aspect is that competition is huge. Uh, Previously what used to happen, the Scrum Master is very critical position, right? And very less people are having the knowledge in the Scrum Master. Nowadays tester is also want to become a Scrum Master, developer want to become a Scrum Master, project manager wants to become a Scrum Master, non-IT people want to become a Scrum Master. They are not having the experience in resume, they are putting, I don't know with whom they are connecting, they are putting, they are having a 6 year experience in the Scrum and Agile and all, right? So competition is huge, right? So it's like a fish market for us, right? The question is that how to survive it, right? Survival part only, those aspect is there. Ensure at least you are ahead with those people, right? So wherever is possible, put your strong knowledge on those engineering practices, transformation part, best practices, different techniques and all, apart from the basic Scrum and Scrum guide, right? Then only you will be stay in the competition. Yep.
Okay.
Prashant, one question from my end. This was been asked during this Necron interview. Like they asked me what factors measure successful Scrum Master. I just mentioned the progress of my team like that, but even I was not myself confident and satisfied with that answer.
Okay, that's good. Very genuine. You're very genuine, Sweta. Can anyone want to take this answer, or before I jump in, I want to hear the another perspective. Where you see you are a success Scrum Master? Yes, Stephen.
Yeah, so maybe I was thinking if we are able to make the team more agile, mature, and help make them, self-managing than the earlier. If they are able to understand the basics of what they are working. Initially, they would have faced a lot of hiccups and challenges while picking up stories and working towards them. So towards the subsequent sprints, right? If they are able to understand the regular challenges and if they are able to work towards it and improvise, right, then the team actually becomes more mature, and maybe they will also be able to take in more, commit to more points. That's what I was thinking.
Great answer, right? I would like to answer this question because this question I asked in the interview also, right? What I wanted to hear it, right? Very important thing, Shweta. Success of a Scrum Master differ scenario to scenario, company to company, organization to organization, challenges to challenges, right? You need to put in that way. There is no common success for a Scrum Master. For me, whatever the challenges current company or organization is facing, or the team which I am assigned to that, if we clearly list down those challenges, put the roadmap of that, and if we occur those challenges, and the team is now get rid of those challenges, they are delivering the right value on the time and all, then that's a success for me. That's not a common answer. What is the success of a Scrum Master, right? That would be success for me. For maybe for you, the success will differ. This is how we need to answer it, right? So it has to be it's again a scenario based question, not a yes or no answer, right? So success always differ based on the current company which you are working it and what are the challenges which you are trying to encounter it. No straight answer. Okay, I think we are uh, already, I think it's 8:20. So what we can do, we can wind up the session. If people want to stay who are interested to register for this webinar or any inquiry for this Scrum training, they can stay it. Some people ping me. Or if they want to connect me one-to-one, they can connect me, I think. I don't want to hold you for a dinner, I think. So, and what we
Prashant,
can do, if you guys
yeah,
like it, we can have this kind of series on the regular basis. Just let me know if you want to are interested on that. So I'll conduct this ceremony, bring a lot of flavors over there. That's one I want to do that. Second thing, second request, very important, guys. I know every one of you at least getting a one or two call, right? And sometimes what happens, some people may be able to clear the interview, some are not able to clear the interview, right? One request is that even I'm asking in the group also, if you, by unfortunately you are not able to clear the interview, do pass on those opportunity to others, right? Very important. So at least other can leverage it. I see the people are here who is struggling from last 1 year also, right? So share with them because you are not able to clear. Okay, maybe you have a different opportunity, right? So share those opportunity in the network so other can leverage it, right? Even the questions also, if you see some of the important question you ask on the interview and some other person is also going to apply for the same company also, right? Do post this question, it will help you, right? So it's this is why we bring this
so
community.
in which WhatsApp group, we share and exchange, because I've also attended a lot of, interviews, etc.
You're not there, Kalyan, on this Scrum Visionary Club?
I don't
Can,
know, like, if you can
can
add me.
someone add, can someone add the, okay, let me ping the link here. They can join it. So we are putting all
Because
the
I've
webinar.
attended, like one or two service companies, and I know the Scrum Masters there, and I've been asked certain questions also, which I answer properly, and I have a list of questions that can be
Yeah,
beneficial
so
to the
that would be
larger
great
community.
help. Yep. Apart from that, the calls also, which is important. A lot of people are not getting the calls also, right? So if you are guys getting the calls, if you think you don't, some people don't also think, okay, this is, I want to go for a product company. I don't want to go for this company also, right? Do forward that opportunity to others also, right? In the group, or if someone's pinging you one-to-one, right? So it's just sharing the opportunity to others also, right? Just helping to each other. Let me share the group link over here so people can join it. I thought most of the people are from that group also, so but yeah.
Yeah, so it's in this group that you notify with regards to any openings also.
Yeah, I put I even I what I've done. A lot of people ask me any openings are there. So instead of I put in the group, what I did, I asked them to paste to one to one because a lot of HR is complaining me now. Like people are spamming my inbox, right? So if really someone is seeking for opportunity, they do reach me. So I have a list of some HRs opening around that. Someone is seeking that, I'll definitely share those things. And if you want to broadcast in the group. Just ensure that you are not spamming, right? Because what happened, someone faced the one opportunity. We are having around 300 members in the group, right? All 300 members contacting the HR, right? She will be overwhelmed. So that's the one thing. I just pasted the link here. 1 second. Yeah, you can join this group. So we are sharing the opportunity. Even Vijay is sharing a lot of documentation, and Shweta, a lot of people are sharing their interview experience on a daily basis also. So we can learn a lot from this one, right? Because individual preparation is very tough, but 100 people together, once they jump in and encounter, right? We will be solid, right? Don't think, right? If we are having 200 people, the competition is huge, right? 200 is not a 0.001, right? We are having 5 lakh plus Scrum Master across the globe, right? So if you're thinking, okay, if I share some information in this group, I won't be getting the calls or someone is getting, no, it's not like that. It's a huge competition. At least we can ensure this 100, 200 people is getting the good job and all, right? And that is very much possible. That much opportunity is there across the company. At least in the Bangalore, we are having 6,000 plus registered company, right? Yeah. So I put it.
Prashant,
I'll
just
accept
one
it.
thing.
Yeah.
I purchased that A to Z Scrum Master toolkit which you created, and I'm really finding it very much helpful. That is really a thorough one, A to Z Scrum Master toolkit, which I purchased like from LinkedIn from your end. I just
Oh, that
wanted to
one,
know
yeah.
how this course will differ from that particular toolkit. I mean,
Yeah. So what will happen, Shweta? This toolkit is a kind of what happen in this session. I'll be talking. Take example of a sprint planning, right? I'll talk how the sprint planning is actually happening. What's we need to do in the sprint planning in actual world, right? But do you think for one topic, 5 or 10 minutes we will be master? No, right? So what I have done, this toolkit which I prepared, the 40 plus different area which I covered in this toolkit, it is having all my experience along with the other different Scrum Master experience. For even the sprint planning topic, I have put the 60 pages over there, right? So Scrum Guide
yeah.
itself is 20 pages, right? Under the Scrum Guide, we have 100 topic. For each topic, I put the 60 pages. So it is having what is the planning, what are the different techniques, what are the interview questions coming, what are the do's and don'ts, and also all those in the TOC format, table of content format, right? That's why it is helping you. So if someone
Yeah.
want to master the sprint planning, you know in and out, right? That's the purpose behind of this toolkit. Maybe what I can do, I can ping you that toolkit also for the other people who is not seeing that toolkit. They just can look through. I believe most of the people has opted over here, which is my understanding. But if someone want to opt that, they can see that one. Yeah, fine. Yeah. Any other questions? I am just let me ping the toolkit here. Shweta. Thanks,
Is
Shweta.
this
And one more thing.
Scrum Visionary
Yeah.
Club the WhatsApp group that you are talking about, or
Yeah,
you
yeah,
have?
yeah. That's
That's the
correct.
only
That's
one,
correct.
right?
That's the one. And one group I'm having the workshop training wala group. So that group is primarily people who is registered for the workshop session. So there we are talking about those workshop, how webinar stuff and all. But visionary group is one where we are publicly broadcasting the things. Yeah. So I pasted this toolkit also there. If someone want to interested, they can, yeah. So Prashanti, you are interested for a cool, no show. Just ping me, guys. Whoever is interested for a workshop in the WhatsApp one-to-one, I can help. That's there, right? Yeah. Any other questions apart from this?
So workshop is primarily to getting trained, plus
Trained,
getting
yes.
jobs, or it is just to get you, a very good knowledge on Scrum.
No, not knowledge on the Scrum that you can get on the. So that the workshop is about how you can be ready for interview, right? Right. So in this competition, if someone at least let me know I'm prepared. So if the opportunity comes in, I can be ready. I can clear the interview. That's the primary purpose of that, right? This workshop is not about like I'll give you the job opportunity and all. For that, the free group is already there. People are daily pasting job opportunity across it. Even I'm
No, no,
pasting, so you
no.
will get the calls and the reference from
No,
there.
I'm
This
asking.
is
The workshop is about training. I mean, if I'm not very good,
yeah, it's a
I don't
training.
have
It's
a
a
too
training.
much experience. So will it?
It's a
It
training.
is. Yeah, it's a
It's a training.
training to understand what Scrum Master role is, what he can do on the daily, or it's to prepare you for the interview, or both. Like,
No, no. It's first very important. So what Scrum Master is doing and how part is very important. So once you know what and how, Monica, automatically you will clear the interview, right? Interview is adjusting based on those things only, right? So it's a end to end, starting from preparing part till the interview questions also. So I am having around 600 plus interview questions also there, which we are going to cover on this workshop also. But that's the format, 1.5 hours on the core topic, 30 minutes on the interview questions.
and the
So it's a
second thing,
both
I think
combination.
you mentioned that you have a license version that I did not hear clearly. So, like, I don't have any experience with Jira. So
Jira,
will
yeah,
I
great.
get?
That's great question, Monica. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I'll do, I'll help you on the Jira. Jira is free for the up to 10 users, right? So I'll help you how to install, how to do those setups. You guys can prepare your own project. I'm going to share a one simulation project also. I have prepared those things. So same user story, creation, sprint, everything you can create in your person. At least I believe everyone will be having the personal laptop, which is my common understanding. So Jira is free. Jira and ADO is free for the 10 users. So I'll help you to do the setup. So you guys can do the setup and do the hands-on practical.
Uh, Prashant, I have a suggestion.
Yeah, guy.
Okay, see, with regards to creating like WhatsApp group, right? So can you create a Telegram group as well? The only reason being that so people who join later, right, they will actually miss whatever information is being shared.
That's true. Great. I think Session Kalyan. I can create one. I have already one Telegram group. Maybe I can share the link over there, so we can use both the group, because people are a lot of people very used to of WhatsApp, right? Morning they wake up, they open the WhatsApp first, right?
Yeah.
But
So
yeah, good. I can create a Telegram also. So at least the information documentation, they can see the past history also.
yes, that's the only thing, because as a best practice, like whenever any community this one is there, so we always prefer Telegram, so that the previous history or
Yeah.
what can be accessed.
Cool. Okay, I need to wind
It's
up
already
this
there,
session.
Telegram group. You are saying it's already there?
I have. I'll share the link. I'll just share
Yeah,
the
you can
link
just share
over.
the link, no?
Yep. I'll do it. Cool. My wife is calling me. It was for 1 hour. Why 1.5 hour? You're not time boxing, right? So we can wind up the session here. Just ping me, guys. Whoever having the doubt want to join this webinar or the Scrum training, I can help you over there, right? Let's wind up the session here. How was the session, by the way?
Thanks a lot, Prashant. It's a very informative and interactive session.
Yeah. Great. Cool. We'll be having more sessions like this, so at least we'll know what's happening around industry. Thanks, everyone. Thank you for joining.
Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you. Enjoy your
Thanks,
weekend.
everyone.
Thank you, Prashant.
Thank you.
Thanks, Prashant.
Thanks, Nidhi.
Prashant, I don't see the Scrum Master Toolkit option here, whichever the link you have been shared.
I share this topman.ia prashant.verma, right? Let me
Yes, but I
reping.
could see when I search with search also, I don't see anything. I could see resume toolkit or something like that, but I don't see the Scrum Master Toolkit.
Over the internet, you are saying?
Yeah, whichever the link you have been shared just now, right? This top mate Prashant.
It's
So
mentioned
yours?
job hunt to Scrum Mastery, right? You are looking for a toolkit, or you're looking for a webinar session, the training one.
First, I'm looking for the
Toolkit, right?
toolkit.
Yeah. I'm pinging again one second.
I can see I got this type of option.
No issue. I'll let me ping you that toolkit. Okay, I ping this toolkit so you can try this one. It is having 40 plus area which we have covered, Sujana, for all the areas, including interview 500 plus interview questions. Yeah. Anyone has any question on the
Okay,
toolkit part or the webinar part? I think I can take those questions. Interview question we can take in the next sessions also. If not, let me close this page. You got it, right?
Okay. Yeah, I got it, Prashant.
Yeah. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, thank you.